remind me of a girl that I...
Within this video, I'm going to show you how to mix stereo tracks with using Audacity. So, let's enter Audacity. Now, mixing stereo tracks is probably one of the more funner things you can actually do with Audacity. Say for instance, you can actually go ahead and import an MP3 and you can speak over it if you like. Or you can just do multiple things with different audio feeds or vocal feeds, things like that. You can actually mix different instruments in here, so you could play guitar, you can add a piano or even a drum kit to it as well. But today I'm just going to do a vocal, kind of a vocal stereo track mix for you. So I'm going to sing the harmony of a song and I'm going to follow it up with a melody. So let's start by hitting the record button. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. See her face whenever I look at you. Wouldn't believe all of the things she put me through. This is why I just can't get with you. I'm gonna hit stop. I'm gonna hit play. See how it sounds real quick. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. See her face whenever I look at you. Wouldn't believe all of the things she put me through. This is why I just can't get with you. Alright, that sounds fine for the most part. Now I'm going to hit the record button again to start the harmony portion. For all you out there, pretty much all you have to do is just hit the record button to continue to add more tracks. Pretty much with how many tracks you want to add is how many times you're going to hit the record button. And if there is a track that you don't care for or you just really don't want anymore, just hit the option Control plus Z, which is the undo button. Now I'm going to start with the harmony section. I'm going to hit the record button again. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. See her face whenever I look at you. Wouldn't believe all of the things she put me through. This is why I just can't get with you. Okay, that sounds fine. At least I think. Gonna hit play again. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. See her face whenever I look at you. Wouldn't believe all of the things she put me through. This is why I just can't get with you. Alright, there's actually two things I want to correct real quick. Within the second track, I actually came in a little later than expected. So I'm going to delete this top. Well, I'm going to delete some of the intro on the first track, so I can try getting these two tracks in sync. So I'm going to go to Effects. I'm going to go to Amplify, and since I want to mute this, I'm going to drag this all the way down. Now Amplify, of course, can either increase or decrease your volume. It doesn't necessarily, Amplify doesn't necessarily just mean go up in this program. So I'm just going to hit OK, and let's see how this sounds. Remind me of a girl that I once knew. See her face whenever. Alright, that's not too bad. So pretty much once you guys have completed or you finish the composition that you like, you can mix and render your tracks, which means instead of you having all these multiple tracks and just converting it into an MP3, or say for instance you have your instrumentals completed but you have all these tracks just building up because you have your instrumentals, you have your verse, and then you have your chorus, you can actually select which stereo tracks that you want to to place into one track, which is your mix and render. It's taking multiple tracks and comprising them into one individual track. So in order to do this, I'm going to go up to tracks, and I'm going to select the option mix and render. Sorry about that. Mix and render. Now you can undo the mix and render just by hitting Control+Z, but let's make sure that this sounds okay. Yep, that's exactly where it was. Okay, now say if I want to do a little something extra or interesting, I could actually create another track, which is what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be more of a spoken word type thing. So I'm just gonna hit record. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. See your face whenever I look at you. Wouldn't believe all the things she put me through. This is why I just can't get with you. Alright, now there is a part I kind of just want to get rid of, which is the first part. So I'm going to click, select, drag over, go up to effects, amplify, and I'm going to mute this. Or for say for instance, I really don't. No, well, actually I do. So I'm going to mute it. But say for instance, you didn't actually want your track to start there. You could actually drag over to an area where you think you would like for it to start. Hit backspace. You see how the bottom row just shifted over? I'll do it again. Now that's exactly where your audio feed is gonna start. So I'm gonna hit play so you can hear it. Okay, that's not what I want though, so let's take it back a little bit more. Okay, of course I don't necessarily want that feed, so I'm just gonna hit Control+Z a couple times so I can remove that. Now, once you've actually created the stereo track that you want, you can either do one of two options. You can go to save or save as, which will save it as a saved project. Or you could even go down to export, which will export your file and turn it into an MP3 if you like. Of course, you can save it wherever you like. You can save it to your computer, to your flash drive, hard drive, documents, whatever you find suitable to store your stereo tracks in. But yeah, that is how you can mix stereo tracks with using Audacity. It's really simple, user-friendly. Pretty much just playing around with it for a little bit is probably the best way for you to get the feel to it. I hope this video was useful, and thank you.